it was a tenanted property, obviously, and we got a phone call from our estate agent and managing agent one morning telling us that the house had burned down, and we went shooting around there to make sure the tenants were good and fine, which they were. Nobody was hurt, so that's a great thing. So we went home, and then about 2 hours later had to go back to meet the insurance agent.
Yeah, the assessor.
Yeah, and the first thing he said to us when we walked in was, "You're fully insured, you have nothing at all to worry about." The only thing was they were bringing in a forensic examiner. That was just to make sure there'd been no funny business, which of course there had. And as a result of having that insurance, the insurance company have taken over everything. They found a builder, they took care of all the quotes, they worked through 3 builders, I believe. Was it 3, Michael?
Yeah, 3 builders, yeah.
When they'd chosen one, they put it to us, allowed us to say yes or no, we would be happy with this person. They're taking care of everything, including they're paying the rent for 12 months, which strangely enough leaves us better off, doesn't it?
It does, because we don't have property management fees anymore. The rates have been reduced because we don't have garbage collection anymore. So it's all looking very, very positive.
The builder ordered some wrong things. They found out there's more work to do than they originally thought. We don't have to worry about any of that. If we hadn't had proper insurance, finding out those things would have been a major, major stress. We've got no stress whatsoever. We're just leaving it all to them. It's all we had to do was choose everything new, you know. So it's. I mean, if you ever resent paying your insurance, just wait till you need it. You know, then you know.
There is also an additional thing we discovered was by having a property manager, it just eased the burden completely. For one thing, a lot of insurance policies don't apply to self-managed properties, so the income can't be replaced. So another plus for having a property manager. Also, the property manager was able to assist with rehousing of the tenant, again removing a burden from us. So a thumbs up for having a property manager.
Which we didn't used to have.
Which we didn't
before
used to have.
We took the training, we used to manage our own properties.
So all of the advice that we were given has come into play in this situation. And the thing we're learning recently now is make sure also that your smoke alarms are fully up to date, because it saved the tenants in that property.
Absolutely, saved lives. And of course ours were up to date because, I mean, we would have done it anyway, but our property managers made sure that it was done and everything was perfectly legal, which is a big thing, because we would have been in a lot of trouble, you know, had the smoke alarms not been working and up to date. So insurance, go for it. This was an older house, so everything will be updated and brand new. New roof colours and window colours, you know, in much more modern colours we've been able to choose. Everything internally, of course, will be new, everything. Complete redecoration. We'll be able to start all the, you know, again with the tax, where we'll be able to get all the depreciation from everything being brand new. We already mentioned the fact that we're actually better off each week because we're getting the full rent rather than having to pay a percentage to a property manager. So yeah, it's actually very, very positive. We shall of course have the property revalued as soon as it's finished, and we expect that it will have increased quite dramatically in value from where it was.
And all for all of this costing us like $300 our excess on our insurance. So it's probably $300 complete refit or refurbish, which is the cheapest refurbish anybody will ever have.
And of course, you know, you said was there any downside? The downside was unfortunately all to the tenants, but nobody was hurt. And there was actually, they were on the news for 2 days almost because the young son woke up and saved the mother and his sister. So they became mini television stars for a little while, but of course it was a horrendous shock for them. But they were rehoused very, very quickly. So the best was made of what for them was a horrendous situation.
And I would recommend anyone that currently has insurance policies to go and review your policy, look at the terms and conditions, make sure that your rental aspect is covered, and make sure that you have adequate insurance, the level of cover is adequate.